of Congress, members of the Artemis generation, we are going. Pam, Bob, and I operate as a team, as a crew. And we are here today to introduce you to the crew that will launch next year, 2024, to another celestial body. The largest, most powerful rocket in the world is going to propel them onward and upward into the heavens. And they fly to the moon. This is Artemis's Artemis II mission. It's a mission that is significant in many ways. It's a demonstration of our ability to push the boundaries of human achievement. It's a testament to the unwavering passion of the team that will make it possible. And it's a message to the world. We choose to go back to the moon and then on to Mars, and we're going to do it together. Because in the 21st century, NASA explores the cosmos with international partners. We will unlock new knowledge and understanding. We've always dreamed about what more is ahead. Why? Because it's in our DNA. It's part of us. It's who we are as adventurers, as explorers, as frontiers people. And throughout history, humankind has gazed up at this celestial body, the moon, with wonder. The space program propelled the moon to the forefront of culture and consciousness. It galvanized a historic effort that we are now the stewards of. The moon is a symbol of our can-do spirit. And over the course of the Artemis missions, the first woman and the first person of color will take giant leaps on the lunar surface. It's been more than a half-century since astronauts journeyed to the moon. Well, folks, that's about to change. The mission to the moon will launch 4 pioneers, but it will carry more than astronauts. Artemis II will carry the hopes of millions of people around the world. It will carry the aspirations of the NASA family who glance up at the moon every night, knowing their efforts will return us to the moon. And it will carry the dreams of students who burn the midnight oil in libraries and laboratories, preparing one day to support an Artemis mission. And it'll carry the inspiration of the children who imagine themselves soaring in the skies. We will show what is possible when we dare to reach distant cosmic shores. The crew was selected by the Director of Flight Operations, Norm Knight, and the Chief Astronaut, Joe Acaba, and under the supervision of the Johnson Space Center Director, Vanessa Weiss. Will you all please join us up here? And I want to acknowledge again our Canadian partners, Minister Champagne, Francois Philippe. Will you please come up, please? The Artemis II crew represents thousands of people working tirelessly to bring us to the stars. This is their crew. This is our crew. This is humanity's crew. May I introduce them to you all? She's an engineer who got her start at Goddard and is no stranger to breaking records, logging the longest continuous space flight ever by a woman, your mission specialist, Christina Hammett-Koch. He's a Master of Science in Physics, an F-18 pilot, and a Canadian astronaut. Your mission specialist, Jeremy Hansen. He's a naval aviator and test pilot that's flown over 40 different aircraft, most recently the first operational commercial crew mission. Your Artemis II pilot, Victor Glover. He's a decorated naval aviator, test pilot, and leader of the highest character. Your Artemis II commander, Reed Wiseman. Ladies and gentlemen, your Artemis II crew.
All right, thank you, Administrator Nelson. And the hard part's over now, right? Yes, sir. All right, good. Well, Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, I am so proud to have you four standing here in this moment. You are the right crew for this mission. You are the future of Artemis, and it looks bright with you at the controls. As head of flight operations, I have the privilege of getting to know each and every astronaut. The best part of my job is that I'm surrounded by people who inspire, who give hope to those that might follow in their footsteps. Christina, with a work ethic and willingness to lend a hand that only someone who spent their summers working on a farm growing up can have, your relentless drive is unmatched. You have already made your mark in the remote corners of our planet. You have already been in the history books as a record-setting astronaut. You're a trailblazer and a role model for every generation to come. You've already been advocating and uplifting children in your community, and I know that you are just getting started. And as the only professional engineer in the crew, I know who Mission Control will be calling on when it's time to fix something on board. So we appreciate you. Victor, you wanted to be 100 different things when you grew up, but I can say I'm truly thankful you ended up as a Navy pilot and an astronaut. Like so many, seeing other astronauts take flight planted the seed. And when you heard Pam Melroy speak at a test pilot conference, that was the moment you decided to apply. So Pam, thank you for inspiring others. Victor, you were the first person in your family to graduate from college. And you always talk about how much of the love and support of those around you made your dreams possible. I can honestly say I have never met anyone as determined as you are to spread that same love and support until everyone who passes into your orbit is better for it. You overcame every obstacle that came your way. Every obstacle. And then you dedicated your life to crushing those obstacles so that future generations can dream in a space unbounded. So thanks, Victor. And finally, Reed, an explorer from the beginning. The forest of your youth might be smaller than the frontier that you're heading for now, but this was always you. It's what you were meant to be. You said for a time you wanted to be a train engineer, but I don't think trains go quite as fast as you need them to, so I wish the Reed of your youth, the ones that, that you're dealing with bullies, dealing with the uncertainties of growing up, could meet you now. Meet the Reed who took his first jet for a spin and knew he was meant to soar across the skies. The Reed who found a home and family in the Navy and here at NASA. The Reed who led our astronauts into a new era of space exploration. And the Reed who will lead Artemis II from the Earth to the Moon and safely back home again. All of you will lead us into this brave new frontier. You are the Artemis generation. We are the Artemis generation. And with that, I will hand it back over to our neighbors to the north to talk about Jeremy, who will take his own place in history.
Well, Jeremy, I'm not going to talk about your early life or your lovely family. I'm not going to talk about your military service and everything you did as a fighter pilot, an F-18 fighter pilot. I'm not even going to talk about what you did as an astronaut and being the first Canadian to go on a lunar mission. I'm going to talk about your humanity and share with the world a story when I was with you at the Kennedy Space Center. And I saw the power of the blue suit, where we had hundreds of people storming to Jeremy. But Jeremy did one thing. He talked to each and every one. You took the time to talk to all the school children who were there, the Artemis generation, and they are here today and watching us. You took the time to inspire them. You took the time to thank all the teachers who are there to support our kids and teach them STEM skills that will bring them in exploration and being the future astronauts. You took the time to talk to each and every family that were coming from around the world and across North America. What I want to celebrate to you is your humanity. The fact that you have been inspiring not only us today, but keep inspiring humanity. To you, Jeremy, go Canada. Thank you, everyone.
So here we have it. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. Each of these adventurers has their own story, but together they represent our creed, e pluribus unum, out of many, one. This is the power of space. This is the power of our space program. It unites people. It brings them together. It brings parties together to explore, to discover, to dream. Together we will usher in a new era of exploration for a new generation of star sailors and dreamers, the Artemis generation. Together we are going to the moon, to Mars, and beyond.
All right, let's give a big hand to our leadership. All right, you've heard from us, so now it's time to hear from your crew. I'm going to clear the stage, and I'm going to turn things over to our Artemis II commander, Reed Wiseman.
All right, so I got to ask the school kids, is it hot in here today? Woo! All right, and, I don't think that in my 14 years at NASA, we've had this many astronauts in one place at one time. I'm losing my voice. We're having so much fun backstage. It is great to see this diverse international group. Awesome to be here with you guys. Woo! I'm going to hand it over to the gentleman to my right here, Victor Glover, who has become, in the last few years, an amazing mentor to me. I didn't ask for it. He didn't ask for it. It just happened that way. One of the best leaders I know, one of the best dads, husbands, and friends, and one of the most talented aviators I've ever met. Victor Glover.
Thanks, Reed. I appreciate that. Wow, what a day. Look at all of this. This is amazing, isn't it? I mean, after all of that, I feel like Denzel Washington should be up here talking to you. But you just got us. I want to thank God for this amazing opportunity. And I think I speak for all of us. I want to thank our families for the amazing support. It is your love and support that has made this journey possible. Please give them a round of applause. And to all of the folks who made this celebration possible, thank you for your hard work. They're the real ones in here sweating with all of us. But this is a big day. We have a lot to celebrate. And it's so much more than the 4 names that have been announced. We need to celebrate this moment in human history. Because Artemis II is more than a mission to the moon and back. It's more than a mission that has to happen before we send people to the surface of the moon. It is the next step on the journey that gets humanity to Mars. Yeah, you can clap for that. That's big. And this crew will never forget that. Now, we have a lot of work to do before we get there, and we understand that. And when talking about that work, you may often hear people say, human spaceflight is a marathon, not a sprint. But we have watched the people that work so hard to make our mission possible, and I can tell you, it is a series of sprints. That's called a relay race. Human spaceflight is like a relay race, and that baton has been passed generation to generation, and from crew member to crew member. From the Gemini, Mercury, Gemini, Apollo, Soyuz, Skylab, Mir, the Shuttle, International Space Station, commercial crew, and now the Artemis missions. And we understand our role in that. And when we have the privilege of having that baton, we're going to do our best to run a good race to make you proud. I pray that God will bless this mission, but I also pray that we can continue to serve as a source of inspiration for cooperation and peace, not just between nations, but in our own nation. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Thanks, Victor. Awesome words. What I wanted to highlight for all of you today is, big picture, when I step back, there are two reasons why a Canadian is going to the moon. That makes me smile when I say that. The first one is American leadership. It is not lost on any of us that the United States could choose to go back to the moon by themselves. But America has made a very deliberate choice over decades to curate a global team. And that, in my definition, is true leadership. A body, an entity that seeks out others who can contribute, allows them to rise up, lifts them up to make their contributions to bring their genius. That is American leadership. And as a Canadian, I am very proud to reflect that back to you, and I am grateful. All of Canada is grateful for that global mindset and that leadership. So thank you. The second reason is Canada's can-do attitude. For decades now, literally thousands upon thousands of Canadians have risen to that challenge to bring real value to the international partnership with respect to space exploration, to bring real solutions. Our scientists, our engineers, the Canadian Space Agency, the Canadian Armed Forces, across government, all of our leadership, working together under a vision to take step by step, and all of those have added up to this moment where a Canadian is going to the moon with our international partnership, and it is glorious. So at the end of it all, I am left in awe of being reminded what strong leadership, setting big goals with a passion to collaborate and a can-do attitude can achieve. And we are going to the moon together. Let's go.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Reed. It is an honor to be here. I also want to thank our families, the Trailblazers, our colleagues, and our leadership. My fellow astronauts know that one of the questions we get all the time is, are you excited? And I can tell you, when I think about this mission that's a relay race with international partners, it's also so awesome in and of itself. We are going to launch from Kennedy Space Center through the work of the Exploration Ground Systems team. We're going to hear the words, "Go for launch," on top of the most powerful rocket NASA's ever made, the Space Launch System. And we're going to ride that rocket for 8 minutes into Earth orbit. We're not going to go to the moon right away. We're going to stay in an amazing high orbit, reaching a peak of tens of thousands of miles while we test out all the systems on Orion and even see how it maneuvers in space. And then, if everything looks good, we're heading to the moon. It will be a 4-day journey, going 250,000 miles, continuing to test out every bit of Orion, going around the far side of the moon, heading home, going through the Earth's atmosphere at over 25,000 miles per hour and splashing down in the Pacific. So, am I excited? Absolutely. But my real question is, are you excited? I see you. And I ask that because the one thing I'm most excited about is that we are going to carry your excitement, your aspirations, your dreams with us on this mission, Artemis 2. Your mission.
I think I'm in pretty good hands. Victor, Jeremy, Christina, thank you guys for those words. Absolutely awesome. We're just going to close. The crew would not close without just saying thank you. That is thank you to the NASA workforce. Thank you to our industry partners. Thank you to the Canadian Space Agency, everyone in Europe that's working for this. We got people in Airbus working our European service module. This is a global effort, Artemis 2, and it's only going to get larger with Artemis 3 and beyond as we get private spaceflight involved. SpaceX is building our lander for Artemis 3. So to the NASA workforce, to our program managers, our center directors that are here, the amazing political support that we feel right now to bring our country together, to bring our entire world together to go explore, to get to Mars and beyond. We say a huge thank you. To the astronauts that are over here, a huge thank you. You are our friends, you are our families, you're our colleagues, and I do want to highlight right now there are 7 folks on the International Space Station. Where's Joel? On Joel's International Space Station, orbiting our planet right now, 3 cosmonauts, 3 Americans, and an Emirati from the United Arab Emirates. If any of you over there are looking for heroes today, go Google these folks because they're our heroes. And I definitely want to call out our friend Frank Rubio, who has already spent 6 months up there. And Frank is going to spend another 6 months due to an issue with the spacecraft. So he'll be up in space for over an entire year. All right, that man is a hero, for sure. And then Frank Rubio leads me to Deb Rubio, his wife, and his 4 kids. That family, those are heroes. They are putting it out there, and they are getting the job done, and it is amazing. And she still gives us eggs fresh from her chickens at her farm whenever we go over there. I mean, it's totally awesome. The Rubio family is an amazing family. And that brings the 4 of us to our families who are in the audience with us. This is going to be a relay race unlike any you've ever run, and we are so happy to have you with us. Thank you.
Got more you want to say, Reed?
There's 3 words that we keep saying in this. 3 words that we keep saying in this Artemis program. We are going, and I want everybody to say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. We are going. We're going.
That was awesome. I got to say, you guys choked me up a little bit, so I appreciate that. I want to thank you all for sharing in this moment today. Thank you to all of our speakers and esteemed guests, and thanks to our crew, Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, as they get ready to embark on this journey. I'll ask all of my fellow astronauts to join us back up here. Come on up, everyone. I love this office, and as you can see, we love each other. We need a picture.
Woo! Yeah!
One of our colleagues in space right now, Steve Bowen, likes to say human spaceflight is the ultimate team sport. When these four fly around the moon, they won't be doing it alone. They're part of a team of astronauts, engineers, scientists, trainers, a team of support working around our country and around the globe, ready day and night. So we'll cheer them on. We will help them carry the incredible weight, and it's a heavy one, now laid on their shoulders, because we go together for all humanity. Thank you.
Yeah! Woo!
I'm Christina Cook. I'm a mission specialist.
I'm Jeremy Hansen. I'm a mission specialist.
I'm Victor Glover. I'm the pilot.
I'm Reed Wiseman. I'm the commander for the Artemis II mission to the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon.
When I was young, I had a poster of the Earthrise picture, the famous picture that was taken on Apollo 8. And the fact that it was a human behind the lens that made that picture so profound and changed how we all thought of our own home was so amazing to me. The moon is not just a symbol of thinking about our place in the universe. It's not just a symbol of exploration. It's actually a beacon for science. It's a beacon for understanding where we came from.
You know, pushing ourselves to explore is just core to who we are. It's a part of being a human. That's our nature. We go out there and we explore to learn about where we are, why we are, understanding the big questions about our place in the universe. The exploration we're doing is the first few steps on the path of getting humans to Mars.
The Artemis campaign of missions have set such an ambitious goal for humanity that it's inspiring contributions from around the globe. Not just one nation is inspired and moved by this, but nations from around the globe are coming together.
When I look at the Artemis II crew with Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, they want to go do this mission. They are keenly driven. They are humble to a fault. It is so cool to be around them. Artemis II is a huge mission, but I hope we will look back and realize that this was one tiny step in humans on Mars and a sustained presence on our moon. Artemis II will be NASA's first crewed flight test of the Space Launch System rocket
And Orion spacecraft around the moon.
To verify today's capabilities for humans to explore deep space.
And pave the way for NASA's long-term human and scientific presence.
on the lunar surface.
We are ready.
We are going
To the moon.
For all humanity, we are Artemis.
We are Commando. We are Space Commando.
50 years ago, we pioneered a path to the moon. The trail we blazed cut through the fictions of science and showed us all what was possible.
Very pretty out here.
Today, our calling to explore is even greater. To go farther, we must be able to sustain missions of greater distance and duration.
Flying saucers!
We must use the resources we find at
Occupy
our
Mars with
destination.
flying saucer tech.
We must overcome radiation, isolation, gravity, and extreme environments like
Magnetic
never
wave.
before. These are the challenges we face to push the bounds of humanity. We're going to the moon to stay by 2024, and this is how.
This all starts with the ability to get larger, heavier payloads off-planet and beyond Earth's gravity.
For this, we designed an entirely new rocket.
The Space Launch System. SLS will be the most powerful rocket ever developed.
And with components in production.
And more in testing?
This system is capable of being the catalyst for deep space missions.
We need a capsule
that can support humans from launch
through deep space and return safely back to Earth.
For this, we've built Orion.
This is NASA's next-generation human space capsule.
Using data from lunar orbiters that continue to reveal the moon's hazards and resources.
We're currently developing an entirely new approach to landing and operating on the moon.
Using our commercial partners to deliver science instruments and robotics to the surface, we are paving the way for human missions in 2024.
Our charge is to go quickly and to stay, to press our collective efforts forward with a fervor that will see us return to the moon in a manner that is wholly different than 50 years ago.
We want lunar landers that are reusable,
that can land anywhere on the lunar surface.
The simplest way to do so is to give them a platform in orbit around the moon from which to transition.
an orbiting platform to host deep space experiments and be a waypoint for human capsules. We call this lunar outpost Gateway.
The beauty of the Gateway is that it can be moved between orbits
It will balance between the Earth and Moon's gravity.
in a position that is ideal for launching even deeper space missions.
In 2009, we learned that the moon contains millions of tons of water ice.
This ice can be extracted and purified for water. It can be separated in oxygen for breathing or hydrogen for rocket fuel.
The moon is quite uniquely suited
to prepare us and propel us to Mars and beyond.
This is what we are building.
This is what we're training for.
This we can replicate throughout the solar system.
This is the next chapter of human space exploration.
Humans are the most fragile element of this entire endeavor, and yet we go for humanity. We go to the moon and onto Mars to seek knowledge and understanding and to share it with all. We go knowing our efforts will create opportunities that cannot be foreseen. We go because we are destined to explore and see it with our own eyes. We turn towards the moon now, not as a conclusion, but as preparation, as a checkpoint toward all that lies beyond. Our greatest adventures remain ahead of us. We are going.
We're going.
We are going.
We are going. We're going.
We are going. The history of this agency is marked with broken barriers, once viewed as impossible. On other worlds.
We'll use the lessons from more than 50 years of peaceful exploration to send a new generation to the lunar surface to stay.
We will anchor our efforts on the lunar South Pole to establish the Artemis base camp,
positioning us for long-term science and exploration of the lunar surface.
We will prove what it takes to assemble a complex ship in deep space.
We will perfect descending down to and returning from a distant surface.
We will learn how humans can survive and thrive in a partial gravity environment.
With improved spacesuit designs, mobile habitats, and with reconnaissance robots pre-positioning and relocating supplies.
We will learn how to utilize the resources we find on these other worlds, starting with finding water ice and purifying it to drinkable water.
And refining that into hydrogen for fuel and oxygen to breathe.
We will establish fission power plants on the surface of the moon, capable of supporting a growing community of efforts.
And we will expand the logistics supply chain,
to enable commercial and international partners
to resupply and refuel deep space outposts.
None of this is simple or easy, but nothing in our history ever has been.
The Eagle has landed. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
This kind of continuous lunar presence is a natural extension of all that we've learned in low Earth orbit. And what we will accomplish there will ensure the monumental missions to Mars are within reach. As we ready the launch of the first Artemis mission, and as commercial companies ready their lunar landers for the first private payload deliveries, we have already begun to take the next step.
And as we leave the moon, we leave as we came, and God willing, as we shall return.
You probably dreamed of this.
Liftoff on Apollo 11.
You probably replayed this moment 1,000 times. You probably imagined the awe-inspiring, indescribable rush of the ride. You probably celebrated the miraculous, cheered the momentous, and mourned the shocking. You probably still dream of what could be. We did. We do. And while many thought we were through, no. We've been learning, we've been building, we've been training. And now, it's time. Because the next frontier is not just for the next generation. It's for this generation. It's for me, and it's for you. For everything we still dream about. We go as Artemis.
Hi, I'm Jacob Bleacher. I'm a geologist. That means I study rocks and dirt.
Okay, now it's over. Ah, fuck, I forgot to fucking send it before it was too late.
Commercial crew mission. The Artemis II crew represents thousands
and mathematicians of the art.
He's with us here from Canada, one of our steadfast partners in human spaceflight, ready to send one of their own to the moon.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Joe, and good morning, everyone. Bonjour, tout le monde. C'est un grand privilège d'être ici pour représenter le Canada. What an honor to be here today to represent Canada on this historic day. In his recent visit to Ottawa, President Biden said this: Canada and the U.S. can do big things because we do them together. And indeed, Indeed, 50 years after the end of the Apollo missions, we are going back to the moon. Back to the moon. Think about that for a moment. The moon. As minister responsible for the Canadian Space Agency, I know Canadians could not be more proud. Proud to have for the first time a Canadian astronaut who will travel to deep space as part of the Artemis II mission. Proud that we will be contributing to the future of the Lunar Gateway with the unique Canadian innovation, Canadarm3. Proud that Canada will design, build, and operate a lunar utility vehicle to support operations on the lunar space. And proud of the 60-year plus of collaboration between NASA and the Canadian Space Agency, a partnership which is fueled by bold initiatives and scientific excellence. And most importantly, Canadians could not be more proud to share this moment with our American partners and friends which are here today in Houston. We would not be here today without the friendship and close partnership between our two nations. Because this is more than just about going back to the moon. This is about investing in the future. This is about possibilities. This is about seizing the opportunities of the space economy, from health to food security to climate change and much more. So as we embark together on this new space era, let's seize the moment. Let's be ambitious, and together let's inspire the young people watching us to reach for the stars and become the next generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers. Merci tout le monde. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Woo! Yeah!
He pumped me up. That was nice.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Next up is a group of people who need little introduction. Our agency leaders who know firsthand what it takes to fly in space. Please join me in welcoming NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, Deputy Administrator Pam Melroy, and Associate Administrator Bob Cabana.
Hey, everybody. Members of the NASA family and the Canadian Space Agency, my colleagues, my former colleagues, members of Congress, members of the Artemis generation, we are going. Pam, Bob, and I operate as a team, as a crew. And we are here today to introduce you to the crew that will launch next year, 2024, to another celestial body. The largest, most powerful rocket in the world is going to propel them onward and upward into the heavens. And they fly to the moon. This is Artemis 2 mission. It's a mission that is significant in many ways. It's a demonstration of our ability to push the boundaries of human achievement. It's a testament to the unwavering passion of the team that will make it possible. And it's a message to the world. We choose to go back to the moon and then on to Mars, and we're going to do it together. Because in the 21st century, NASA explores the cosmos with international partners. We will unlock new knowledge and understanding. We've always dreamed about what more is ahead. Why? Because it's in our DNA. It's part of us. It's who we are as adventurers, as explorers, as frontiers people. And throughout history, humankind has gazed up at this celestial body, the moon, with wonder. And the space program propelled the moon to the forefront of culture and consciousness. It galvanized a historic effort that we are now the stewards of. The moon is a symbol of our can-do spirit. And over the course of the Artemis missions, the first woman and the first person of color will take giant leaps on the lunar surface. It's been more than a half-century since astronauts journeyed to the moon. Well, folks, that's about to change. The mission to the moon will launch 4 pioneers, but it will carry more than astronauts. Artemis II will carry the hopes of millions of people around the world. It will carry the aspirations of the NASA family who glance up at the moon every night, knowing their efforts will return us to the moon. And it will carry the dreams of students who burn the midnight oil in libraries and laboratories, preparing one day to support an Artemis mission. And it'll carry the inspiration of the children who imagine themselves soaring in the skies. We will show what is possible when we dare to reach distant cosmic shores. The crew was selected by the Director of Flight Operations, Norm Knight, and the Chief Astronaut, Joe Acaba, and under the supervision of the Johnson Space Center Director, Vanessa Weiss. Will you all please join us up here? And I want to acknowledge again our Canadian partners, Minister Champagne, Francois Philippe, will you please come up, please? The Artemis II crew represents thousands of people working tirelessly to bring us to the stars. This is their crew. This is our crew. This is humanity's crew. May I introduce them to you all? She's an engineer who got her start at Goddard and is no stranger to breaking records, logging the longest continuous space flight ever by a woman, your mission specialist, Christina Hammett-Koch. He's a Master of Science in Physics, an F-18 pilot, and a Canadian astronaut. Your mission specialist, Jeremy Hansen. He's a naval aviator and test pilot that's flown over 40 different aircraft, most recently the first operational commercial crew mission. Your Artemis II pilot, Victor Glover.
You ready for the commander? The commander.
He's a decorated naval aviator, test pilot, and leader of the highest character. Your Artemis II commander, Reed Wiseman. Ladies and gentlemen, your Artemis II crew.
All right, thank you, Administrator Nelson. And the hard part's over now, right? Yes, sir. All right, good. Well, Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, I am so proud to have you four standing here in this moment. You are the right crew for this mission. You are the future of Artemis, and it looks bright with you at the controls. As head of flight operations, I have the privilege of getting to know each and every astronaut. The best part of my job is that I'm surrounded by people who inspire, who give hope to those that might follow in their footsteps. Christina, with a work ethic and willingness to lend a hand that only someone who spent their summers working on a farm growing up can have, your relentless drive is unmatched. You have already made your mark in the remote corners of our planet. You have already been in the history books as a record-setting astronaut. You're a trailblazer and a role model for every generation to come. You've already been advocating and uplifting children in your community, and I know that you are just getting started. And as the only professional engineer in the crew, I know who Mission Control will be calling on when it's time to fix something on board. So,
dude, I hate when they fucking delete my goddamn live streams, dude. It's so fucking annoying. Wow. Dude, I'm gonna move to a different platform. Fuck this. YouTube is retarded. YouTube needs to fuck off and go to hell, dude. It's fucking retarded. NASA's fucking, YouTube's fucking retarded, dude. Shit. I'm gonna have to find a website where I can do this shit without getting fucking shit deleted. This shit's retarded. I bet Twitch is a little bit better, but it's just stupid. I'm already on. I'm already streaming on Twitch, but
What?
shit's stupid.
They're the same size as the US.
The negative oxygen ions, and by doing that, you have blood.
How to edit Twitch.
America.
Fucking deleted my live stream, dude. They fucking deleted my live stream, dude. Fuck you.
Am I being dumb?
I hope fucking YouTube fucks off and goes to hell, dude. Fucking assholes. Deleting my 24-hour streams, dude. They always delete my fucking 24-hour streams. They're fucking assholes, dude. They keep on deleting my fucking huge long streams, man. Fuck them. I'm gonna find somewhere else to go because that shit's unacceptable. I don't give a fuck if I don't have any subscribers. Or nobody fucking watches anyway. I'll go to a different platform because fuck this shit.
Canada, the US, and Mexico.
You can't be doing shit like that to people and expect them to stay with that platform because that's fucking ridiculous. Shit like that to people and expect them to stay. Fuck YouTube. Fuck YouTube. They deleted my 24-hour stream, dude. Wow. Fuck them, dude. I'll make another live stream. Screw them, dude. I'll do the same shit I did yesterday. Fuck YouTube, dude. Damn, that shit's getting hot. I need superconducting maglev coils. Superconducting electromagnets. Looks like YouTube wants to die. Because I said delete this stream if you want to die. So I guess the YouTube wants to die.
Power off.
YouTube officially is suicidal. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck YouTube. I'm chilling, son. I'm chilling. Fuck YouTube. They deleted my 24-hour live stream again, dude. I make fucking 24-hour live streams for people, and they fucking delete them on me like some dickheads, asshole, dude. They're like some Nazi communist Chinese bullshit, bro. Some Nazi, some stupid. Me your papers. Where are your papers for this live stream? Where are your papers? SpaceX tests Booster 7 ahead of launch later this month. Oh, that sounds cool. Skywatchers, como Carlos Clemente. Dr. Charnail, not Dr. Charnail. Fuck that shit. We got Alien Space, Starlink's new Argon thrusters. That sounds cool. Always love hearing about new thruster technology, new electrokinetic shit.
There's no reason to sit there for the entire time. If it's working and you're getting the partial fill load, that's probably enough, and you don't have to
SpaceX
spend even
recently
more time to
switched
just
from
fill the tank
Krypton to
entirely. You
Argon
gotta drain the
with
tank
their new
entirely,
V2.
and you just eat up more time that you could be working on other stuff around the launch site. Because again, you got to clear the site for these tests and things like that. So could be a partial load, and maybe they could add a partial liquid oxygen load here shortly based on that vent stopping. So we'll keep an eye out for signs of that.
I just did some quick A/B testing just to chime in, and they are still continuing with the methane load. As of about 2 minutes ago, it has risen quite a bit. So seems they're going ahead with that. And like Alex said, the waterfall vent has stopped, so they may be going ahead with liquid oxygen loading now too. And the GSE for liquid oxygen is going crazy right now. So
Right, yeah. I mean, that huge cloud of vapor to the right side of this screen, right?
yes.
All right, let's see. That's the big thing. If frost starts to appear at the very bottom of the rocket, that'll be our sign that liquid oxygen load is indeed underway. That'll be our confirmation. But in the meantime, let's get another question here. Well, this is a relative question, but we should talk about it. Victorillo does point out that the Artemis 2 crew has been revealed. If anyone was tuned in to NASA TV just about an hour ago, we were covering over on Twitter and things like that. But the crew of Artemis 2 was announced. The commander is, hold on, I'm going to get all the names in front of me so I don't mess it up. I believe it was Reed Wiseman is your commander. There we go. NASA's Reed Wiseman, he flew on a Soyuz mission before to the International Space Station. His second spaceflight will be the command of Artemis II. The pilot of Artemis II is going to be NASA's Victor Glover. You may remember him flying as the pilot on SpaceX Crew 1, the first operational commercial crew mission on SpaceX Crew Dragon. And then 2 mission specialists, one from NASA, Christina Cook, who has spent almost a year on the International Space Station, and then from Canada, Jeremy Hansen, a rookie astronaut who will be making his first ever spaceflight on Orion on Artemis II. So if you didn't see that announcement earlier, that crew will of course be paying a lot of attention to Starship as well, because the Artemis program is looking to Starship architecture to support lunar landing, starting with Artemis 3. So a lot of eyes on these tests, not just within SpaceX, but around the American space program.
We have frost on the liquid oxygen tank.
Oh, yep, there we
Liquid
go.
oxygen load. Excellent.
So, yep, both propellants now being loaded onto the vehicle. We'll keep an eye on if that methane ring continues to grow as well.
You can visibly see the liquid oxygen frost ring growing.
Yeah, that is growing very quickly, actually. So, folks, on the left-hand side view, there's like a ring of stringers, kind of a less smooth area on the bottom of the booster, and right on the top of that, you see the frost ring growing. And literally, if you watch it from this view, the frost is visibly growing in front of us. It's like watching frost grow. It sounds like something that should be insanely boring, but you can see it moving visibly.
It's like watching grass grow, but even better.
But except it grows much faster.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, there we go. There's our answer as to what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And as for A/B testing, they are still loading liquid methane right now.
Okay. Also seeing some vapor form on the outside. That's going to be it's not like a leak or anything. That's the air being so cold in contact with the booster that it starts to condense in vapors form. Perfectly expected. All right. I'm going to bring in some more questions, but again, keep calling out if you see new things develop as propellant load continues. Bean is asking about the chopsticks. Why do they have them around the booster? We know they're not actually connected, though, which is interesting. So any guesses as to why the boosters are in that position? Or the chopsticks, excuse me, not boosters. There's only one booster.
Super heavy.
It might the chopsticks may just be there.
Super heavy, big mom.
The chopsticks might just be there just to keep them stored there. There's not really anywhere for them to go. I mean, you could bring them lower and then spread them out more, but doesn't seem to really be any advantage to doing that. So just keep them there and then have them ready for when you need to lift Ship 24 on top sometime soon, hopefully.
And for previous engine testing, again, I know we're not expecting a static fire because there's no overpressure notice or anything. But for static fire testing, I believe they had the chopsticks up there but wide open, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is not the chopstick position associated with engine testing either, just for everyone's awareness. Yeah, let me bring in some more questions and things. We also have some support coming in. Cola Games with a $20 tip. So thank you so much, Cola Games, for the support. Greatly appreciate that. Had some guy that's seriously the name. That's the username, I promise. Became a Capcom member, so some guy, thank you for your support. And then Greg with a question. Is part of the liquid oxygen tank obscured by the orbital launch mount? Thanks for the unexpected live stream. We're seeing the bottom of the frost ring. Obviously, there's a dome underneath, so we don't see the very, very bottom of the tank. But I don't believe the launch mount obscures any of the tank walls because we're seeing the bottom of the frost ring there. The only part obscured is like the engine section, right?
Yep.
We'll see if they do move into something like spin prime testing or something like that. We'll obviously see the exhaust from that underneath the launch mount. So it shouldn't obscure anything too important regarding whatever their testing may be today. All right, question here from Hiccup. We're into the speculation zone, so Alex and Ian, have fun with this one. Do we think we can get an FAA license this week? Alex, you get to go first because your name is first alphabetical order.
Oh boy. Do I think? I mean, it's a possibility, yes, but I don't know. I don't think when we're gonna get it. I just hope we get it soon, yes, but we'll see. We don't really know. We don't have any information, so that's sort of like I don't know, like asking me if
Big drips.
I will see a star go supernova or something. Like, I don't know. I have no information, so maybe.
What we'll know is we'll get it before the orbital launch occurs. So I
Yeah.
guess that's our upper bound. Of course, when that launch is happening is the big question mark. And as propellant load testing on this test does continue with both of the tanks continuing to rise, the frost rings on those tanks continuing to rise. Our next question here, or another message that says, I have heard that the launch may be between the 6th and 12th of this month, and I believe that is based on a tweet from none other than Alex here, because Alex found the notice to mariners, the marine hazard zones that were expected to be associated with this launch. However, the dates are subject to change, right?
Yeah, and it is very important as well. What I kind of followed up on the next tweets that, you know, as they come here with the vehicles and do all the final pre-checks and everything and do the stacking and, you know, the last minor checks and tests and here with the GSC, the vehicles and all the regulatory approvals and everything, that window is not final. That is not the end all be all. There's going to be probably more cancellations of these notices and new ones releasing, and we've seen that on previous, you know, test flights of the hops. Even going back to Starhopper, we saw it as well. That, you know, this is cycle that we're going to see over the next few weeks, and maybe some people will lose patience, but you know, you gotta have it because this is the home stretch of this flight. We've waited for 2 years already since, you know, they were like, hey, we're gonna launch soon to orbit, and we're not there yet, but we're definitely, probably this month, it's probably gonna be that.
Famous last words, but also I hope you are correct.
Well, within the month, let's say. Okay. Next 4 weeks.
Catch you a little bit more. There you go. All right. Let's see what else we've got here.
Chopsticks.
Here's a good question from Kane asking, is this a faster fill than on other tests?
Chopsticks.
It looks pretty much like the previous ones.
Yeah, it looks a lot like it. It just looked faster on that camera because we had a close-up view. But I mean, you know, looking at this wide-angle camera showing the whole booster, it looks relatively. It looks like it's not even changing at all. So I don't think this is like a super fast fill.
You could say it's a glacier growth because it's cold, you know? Okay.
Alright, that's enough of this shit. I don't know what the fuck going on. What the fuck going on, son? Yo, I want to play some Elite Dangerous, yo. We're going to get back into the Bing Bong. Get back into it. Here we go. UFO, Twitter, SoundCloud. Put some music up. Then we got the Bing Bong. The Bing Bong voice attack. Bing Bong voice attack with game controls. I need some liquor or some Molly. Need some fucking Molly and some liquor and Adderall. Smoke up big time. And then take some. Oh yeah, I need to take some kratom too. That's all I need right now. Kratom and some smoke. Maybe a little shot of liquor with lunch. What time is it? It's like morning time. Oh, it's almost lunchtime. I gotta have a shot of liquor with lunch. You know what I'm saying? Chill. All right, what's going on with this shit? I don't know what the fuck is this. Set up USB game controllers, properties. With voice attack. Voice attack. Voice attack. Voice attack to start up. It occurred while updating app running. Weird. I don't see it running. Oh, there it is. What? Dangerous. Man, I need all my keybinds to go back to normal, bro. Shit. It's like a gray alien hat. All right, let's go to users. Jonathan. App data, local, frontier developments, elite dangerous, options, bindings. All right, let's see if that works. Hopefully that works. YouTube loves to fucking delete streams. Fuck them. I'm going to have backup recordings from now on other websites. I don't trust YouTube at all now. Fuck YouTube. Fucking YouTube is ridiculous. The fuck is wrong with them removing every kind of good piece of content? Like, what the fuck? Fucking dumbasses. Can't let YouTube control our freedoms in this country. It's bullshit. Or lack thereof. Can't let YouTube do that shit, bro. I'm gonna have backups. I'm gonna have backups of all my shit now. I got my shit set up so it's all backed up. Fucking YouTube is ridiculous. They keep deleting my shit. Fuck them. Fucking Illuminati bullshit. I can't believe they would do some shit like that. Delete my whole fucking 24-hour live stream again. It's like the third 24-hour live stream they deleted, man. I do so much. Can't believe they deleted my fucking stream, dude. It really pisses me off. I was having such a good stream too, and they fucking delete my shit. They always delete the good streams. It's fucking bullshit. I swear to God, I'll beat the shit out of someone on YouTube, man. Fuck them. They delete my fucking stream, dude. Fuck them. Fucking YouTube deleted my stream, dude. It fucking hurts. This shit fucking hurts. This shit fucking sucks. Fucking YouTube just choosing to delete my life like that. So fucked up. You know how much effort I put into that shit? I put in fucking day of standing up for that shit for 24 hours, bro. Like 2 days of standing up worth. Doing all kinds of shit, trying to provide cool content for you guys, and they just delete it like that. It's really ridiculous. They fucking deleted my goddamn stream, dude. I'm gonna fucking goddamn go crazy on them. I'll fucking go crazy on them. Fucking trying to delete my shit. I'll delete your shit, motherfucker. Delete your shit permanently, motherfucker. Fuck you, man. Trying to delete my shit. Fuck you. Fuck what? Alright. Let's go watch something for a minute and not get into Elite Dangerous. Close all this shit up.
Minis, but those thrusters recently from Krypton to Argon with their new V2 minis, but those thrusters seem to be having trouble. Is Argon to blame? I asked Jonathan McDowell in this SpaceX update.
The shuttle has cleared the tower.
Maybe you know that I covered the first Starlink V2 mini launch. Almost missed it. And may I remind you that after this launch, we have an active movie set behind me, which is pretty cool. Project Artemis is something that they are filming here, so we hopefully we'll get a little behind the scenes look at that. That is starring Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum. No, I have not found them yet. I would like to, because that'd be cool, but you know, and this will be cool. It's a film set in the 1960s, space race era. And it will be released on Apple TV, which some of you seem to indicate you were not a fan of. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. I'm blind. Okay, that is freaking cool. Wow. Oh, my gosh. That is gorgeous. Wow. I can't believe I almost missed it. It was so quiet. That was so cool.
So yeah, we were looking at the other way, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, you know, my live shot didn't go so well, but we're seeing some issues, and you're saying that it's too soon to blame the Argon thrusters.
Yeah, I think so. So what happened was, you know, they deployed these 21 V2 mini satellites into a 360-kilometer orbit, which is about, you know, kind of typical, a little higher than some of the other Starlink launches. And then they, right away, within a couple of days, they switched on their Argon thrusters and they started orbit raising. And they got up to 380, and they switched them off. And so they moved up 20 kilometers, and then they just drifted in that orbit. And that's sort of expected, because what they're doing is checking them out, and they're also letting the orbital plane drift at a certain rate to at that height to get to the right orbital plane before they go up. And they were going to go up to, I guess, you know, 500 kilometers or so. But then on March 12th, so a couple weeks after launch, they started not so they were maintaining altitude with little bursts of the thrusters at this 380 mark, and then they started to slowly drift down. They were no longer spritzing the thrusters, and then one of them started going down significantly faster, all the way back down to 360, and then leveled out. Actually, two of them did that. Clearly, something was going on. This was clearly not planned, but they're probably debugging something. And it could be the thrusters, but it could be the momentum wheels. It could be the it could be like it could be the solar panels, right? Maybe the solar panels are making enough electricity or something like that. There's a whole bunch of new stuff on these V2 minis, and any one of them going wrong could it could be that maybe they were checking out the communications equipment, the new more powerful transponders or whatever, and those weren't working properly, and so they went, well, we can't put these into service. So so it's way too early to judge what went wrong. What we can say is that on about March 24th, one of the satellites, satellite 30062, Starlink 30062, started heading down a lot faster.
So Starlink 30062 is clearly being retired now, down at about 310 kilometers. Space Force just issued its first re-entry prediction. That should be April 3rd. That satellite has been written off.
By the same token, the fact that the other satellites, while slowly going down, they're heading down, most of them. There's a couple that seem to be popping back up, maybe. That suggests to me that they're going to be left fallow for a while they debug things, but they haven't given up on them. And so we could still see in another week or so those satellites flatten out and maybe orbit raised. I'm not so optimistic. It sounds, from what I'm hearing, that there are a bunch of different problems, and they may decide that this whole batch just needs to be written off.
Jonathan says with individual satellites having problems, they have in the past kept them at a 350 kilometer months, fixed what was wrong, and then the satellite goes up and joins its siblings in operational orbit. Well, it's clear one from the batch of 21 V2 minis is no
really screwed.
That's a big old bing bong lady. Oh shit, the stream. Yo. Meet and show. Some Russian ass shit. What the hell is this?
Фотографии до, после тоже будет. Приветствуется, будет красиво.
Плюс Бурмалда.
Ну, Бурмалда, короче, она, возможно, будет, если, ну, будет уместно. То есть после, я хочу, типа, сделать какое-то шоу, Ну,
Короче, друзья, от
а
вас
потом
зависит.
выключаю и пускаю на бурмалду, чтобы сохранилось
Бурмалда
запись.
плюс чуганда плюс занос,
Да. И будет деп 100 тысяч рублей, если будет, ну как бы. Но это попозже.
Наконец-то.
Давайте фотку до сделаем, а потом после. Вот так все вместе что-то сделаем. Вот так. Ребят, зафоткали? А потом что, короче. Так что, ну, я думаю, будет красивенько.
Я не знаю, я бы сегодня, кстати, в казике, если бы играл, вот так,
Моей.
бы поиграл.
По моей, да.
Да, моя так
По 16 рублей?
Нет, вообще не слоты, блядь, даже.
Да я
шулер, знаешь, такое?
я не заливаюсь в последнее время пока так, поэтому будем играть что? Да. Ну, конечно, блин, в том месяце пиздец вывод был. Я думаю, просто мы зайдем у кого-то, Вака, почему не пьешь? Сейчас будем душить его нахуй.
Кстати, данный человек...
Закидывайте Ваке, чтобы он...
Данный человек говорил, ну, Вака, если вы понимаете, о чем я, в общем-то, начал говорить, что он не будет пить. Уже 2 дня мне мозги ебётся, потому что, да я выпью, блядь, 2 банки пива и больше не буду, нахуй. Так что, парни, надо раскумарить человека и... Как надо.
Вак, за 10 тысяч рублей, которые тебе перечислил, ебешь с виска? О, да, пошла, бля. Я не ожидал, что он не пить не будет, он мне не сказал.
Человек приехал в Москву и начал сидеть дома. Просто что за хуйня? Почему нельзя было сидеть дома в Тюмени, блядь? Что за, блядь? Вообще мозг есть, нахуй?
Можно в Тюмени посидеть, блядь, что нахуй?
А нахуй ты в Москву приехал, долбоёб?
Бля, полностью согласен с этой хуйней. Приехать и сидеть просто в тех же...
Безусловно. Ну, одно и то же, блядь.
Смотри, стрим, можно, короче, снять подкаст, допустим, рядом с Москва-Сити, и посмотреть на Москва-Сити и сидеть дома, блядь.
Можешь картинку в Гугле написать, блядь.
Ты хромакей, ебани там, блядь, сиди как гангстер, он вот каждый день в баре стримит, блядь.
Да, я
он
в кафе, в баре,
бары,
казино,
казино ходит, блядь. Человек дома сидит, но бывает вид в планете, блядь. То есть понимаешь, насколько гениалыч, блядь. Вот. Где Морти, ребят? Морти не эти движухи, да. Поэтому его и нету.
Пока.
Да.
Дайте время.
Ну так, не пить, ничего не...
Да ты не... Просто не трогай человека.
Да. Че, может с какой-то первой игры чуть-чуть рас... О, Кура приехала. Сходи вон с Вакой.
Oh shit. Swaggington Maximus.
And to try and build this thing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go into space real quick.
With cats, and yeah, I wasn't interested.
Culture Commander.
My advisor, and we'll talking about him quite. I said, look, cats is not
Jewish Culture Commander.
interested. Why don't you take your last chapter on Sholem and turn it into the centerpiece? You can talk about all these other figures who are a lot less known than Sholem. I went back to Katz and said, what would you think about the dissertation on Sholem? And he said,
Bing bong.
no one in Jerusalem would dare to write it, but they will all read it. And he then paved the way for me to meet Professor Sholem several times, interview him, and sort of set me on my way. So yeah, so Sholem, you know, already as an undergraduate, when I read Major Trends in Jewish Mysticism, I was so excited to see this approach that is to find the sources of vitality precisely in those things that have been discarded or deprecated. Heinrich Gretz, for example, famously said that the Kabbalah was un-Jewish, that it was a kind of a pestilential growth on the kernel of what is truly Jewish. And Sholem found precisely there the most exciting tradition. And so I was already very excited by this idea as an undergraduate. And then writing about him for my dissertation, I began to develop the idea of counterhistory. I have to give credit to my teacher, Amos Funkenstein, who already used this term. I ended up expanding on it in very different ways, which I'm sure we can talk about as well. So I have to give him credit for the term itself, but the way I applied it became my own. And it started really with that dissertation on Sholem, and it sort of accompanied me throughout the years as something I've applied from time to time. I can read very briefly from the first pages here, and I start out by referring to Sholem's famous essay on the history of Jewish studies, called in Hebrew Hirurim al Chochma Israel. And he described how his study of Jewish mysticism aimed at overturning the rationalism of his 19th century predecessors. He quoted a wonderful verse from Psalm 122, "The stone the builders developed has become the capstone." This was Sholem's method, which I described as counterhistory, that is the discovery of vital forces precisely in what others have considered marginal, disreputable, and irrational. Those are, in his words, the fine line between religion and nihilism. And I defined there several aspects of counterhistory. One is the denial that Jewish history or Judaism has an essence, that is, has one idea or set of ideas which are canonical, and that we are done defining our subject when we define those ideas. Instead, we find a kind of dialectic between these canonical ideas.
Man, this is too fake Jewish, bro. This is too fake of a Jewish, bro. Go look at the real Jewish. What the fuck is he doing?
Is right. Content tomorrow. Not use it, right?
I love emo sus music.
What the fuck?
Especially the book that I edited called Culture of the Jews. And so I've deployed
I've gotten my information, just in case you were wondering. So in the US, small businesses account.
Vodka. Vodka, my brother. Vodka. Is the vodka commander. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I need to drink my lean. Drink that lean. Turn up. Turn up.
But
Turn up. That lean, turn up. Hey.
Oh Lord. Thou Lord, turn up.
Спина мокрая?
Чё? Не мокрая, блин.
I'll never stop. Taliban, we patriot. Monarch with the Goyard. Whip it up, chef it like boy, y'all. Vroom, vroom like a go car. Rap long with a horsepower. You won't be restored that. Bitch gon' get ignored that. On go, I'll never stop. Taliban, we patriot. Monarch with a Goyard. Whip it up, chef it like boy, y'all. Vroom, vroom like a go car. Rap long with a horsepower. Baby won't be restored that. The bitch gon' get ignored that. You feel a hoe that I'm talking you. Stupid little boy, watch your attitude. I'm booted, I'm keeping it casual. Even it casual, I'm so thankful. Got a tattoo, that tattoo, my gratitude. Cash on me on the daily. Cash on me in the schedule. Mac 10 in the satchel. Keep a Mac 10 in the satchel. Young niggas, little rascals. Can't find niggas who tattle. Cop stuff with that mask. Feel my body what matter. Ghost rider whip. I pull in a phantom like Casper. Hit a hole with a Heisman. She get it up with my horsepower. She get it up with my horsepower. 3,400 miles per hour. Burning big, burn just feel the power. Thick dang, got a shower. After I burn the sour. After I burn the sour. On go, I'll never stop. Taliban, we patriot. Monarch with a Goyard. Whip it up, chef it like boy, y'all. Vroom, vroom like a go car. Rap flowing with a horsepower. Baby won't get restored that. Bitch gon' get ignored that. On go, I'll never stop. Taliban, we patriot. Monarch with a Goyard. Whip it up, chef it like boy, y'all. Vroom, vroom like a go car. Rap flowing with a horsepower. Baby won't be restored that. The bitch gon' get ignored that. Vroom, 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 vroom. On go, I'll never stop. Taliban, we patriot. Monarch with a Goyard. Whip it up, chef it like boy, y'all. Vroom, vroom like a go car. Rap flowing with a horsepower. Baby won't be restored that. Bitch gon' get ignored that. On go, I'll never stop. Taliban, we patriot. Monarch with a Goyard. Whip it up, chef it like boy, y'all. Vroom, vroom like a go car. Rap flowing with a horsepower. Baby won't be restored that. The bitch gon' get ignored that. Living like baby, I'm on a mission. Get me in my pills hitting. You think so pussy? My little baby such a killer. Fuck is you testing? Fuck is you kidding? Hell on forsaken, heaven on forbidden. Down but I'm shining. She let see me grinning. Falling on you flying. You best believe I'm flying. 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 On that engine, she tell fucking technician. She run from the sheep gym. I fuck her twice, she flinching. Quit with all that folding, quit with all that bitching. You just wanna be noticed, you just wanna be mentioned. Go automatic focus, run up, get pinched in. Say it don't need for me, well why you ride my dick then? These girls get dead down, I kick rocks, don't kick shit. Bitch love my denim, my knockers, my britches. All in my kitchen, cutting shit like Kenshin. Say you don't need for me, why you all in my dick then? Don't wanna be friends now, don't wanna be friends then. My whole team dependent, and I got money pending. Quit with all that fake shit, quit with all that pretending. Say you don't need for me, why you ride my dick then? 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 Living life like a sniper, baby I'm on a mission. All blood my arrow, but the purple get mixed in. Mystery my denim, just to have pills hidden. You niggas so pussy, my little baby such a kidding. Who the fuck is you testing? Who the fuck is you kidding? Hell on for a second, heaven on forbidden. Dying but I'm shining, she let her see me grinning. You falling on you flying, you best believe I'm flying. 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 Best believe I'm flying.
I spend time on it. I spend time on it. I spend time hustling. I spend time hustling. Spend time adding up the digits. I was once told that I gotta go get it. All my life they said it was forbidden, but I just wanna live and go get it like that. Get it like that, I'ma live it like that. Painted vivid cause I know my people fed up with the facts. I remember days when I couldn't get $1. Had to face my last L, all I did was sit back and see. One day things would go my young boy, all he wanna do is play. Riding all up and down the block, but your boy got inspired by listening to some Pac. Throwing a lot of Biggie and throwing a lot of Bob. And maybe you will see that the apple doesn't fall far from that tree. Never got relief, so I had to put the numbers on the board. See the whole world in focus. Cause I know that they say what they say and they always won't play. But Poppy got the sauce to make them tip all of their weakness. And what I've been through, man, you couldn't navigate it. I've been so faded and every single step made me feel like I'm meant for greatness. So why do I feel like I'm the latest? Every single second I spend waiting. I spent time adding up the digits. I was once told that I gotta go get it. All my life they said it was forbidden, but I just wanna live and go get it like that. Spent time adding up the digits. I was once told that I gotta go get it. All my life they said it was forbidden, but I just wanna live and go get it like that. And I've been missing out lately. My mama asking when it's gon' pay. All I hear is the complaints, yet I still say thanks. Praise to the Most High, cause I don't break. Oh no, young Machiavelli like I'm on death row. Learning to be patient, I wasn't before. So I can't ignore all the signs. They've been reminding me to add it all up. See, it never was enough. The world's so corrupt. To lock myself a 9 to 5 in the same place stuck. So fuck all of the bullshit they want me eating up. I've been looking for the love, they just wanna get a rush. Gotta tap into my frequency to see what I put up. And I keep it low key, like I'm in the mafia. You may never know me, we could take it slowly and vibe a little bit. Cause I've been getting lit and I spent time adding up the digits. I was once told that I gotta go get it. All my life, yeah. All my life, yeah. So I spend time on it, but I spend time on it.
I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy, baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I'm in love with the money's all I know. I ain't got time to chase no hoes, oh. I'm not complaining, the bags I obtain them. Bought me a 30, shit blow like Kirby, I got no worries. Always on a plane, another journey. Fuck 12, I got me an attorney. These niggas unworthy, they talking absurdly, till they get clapped up right off in a gurney. I got a sniper, I call it striker. She want the dick, so I gave her a viper. Smoking the haze so we could get higher. Thinking you smart, but me I'm brighter. Talking that talk, but you ain't no fighter. Your bitch is loose, I need tighter. I don't love him, I just one night. I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I'm just a nigga from the 80, getting paid in major ways though. We got the packs and got the yayo. And if you act up, we gon' spray yo. I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, remember niggas used to call me lazy. Now I got them looking crazy. Ain't got time for contemplating. Yeah, now niggas eating, you call it feasting. I'm here for a reason. It's Timbo King season, yeah. Her Giuseppe's I'm bleeding, yo bitch she creepin', gave her my seasoning. So they like Timbo you beastin', Timbo you beastin', Timbo you beastin'. I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah, I've been living young and crazy. Got a new Mercedes, all is with me, oh my baby. Yeah.
King.
We make it thing, this thing I'm paying. Them out to the dope boys, hit the stage, right? Bitches ass out to make them look like them poppin' hoopy gang. Make it stand up the level, get the niggas, see attention. I got something to tell y'all hoes. When I move, turn around, bitch, don't cap it. If you wanna run, hold this out, I'll make your back up. Must hurt, or you think you're hard. Stick 'em up, we making things. A nigga in that market, so don't hesitate to shoot this thing on thing. Kidnapping all your dope boys, hit your stand spot. Leaving your bitches ass out to make them move the Glock. Pop a nigga who be gang. Making things on that other level. Get some niggas slipping, pay attention. I got something to tell y'all hoes. When I move, turn around, bitch, don't fuck your cap. If you want, I'll make your paper snap your hoe. Must be hurt, or you think you're hard and can't be hit. I roll with a roof. This a lot of nothing, nothing. How I pick it, motivate. Tell the fat from making things. All you niggas, girls, cause you know man, robbing. Dumping hoes. Bodies roll with their head out the victim of a killer. Left them stankin' when he dropped it out. Young buck nigga ass out. So I'm trying to rob. And I get to sleeping or trying to splurge when I'm on my job. devil. Stick 'em up, we make it. Things a nigga ain't take the thing of pain. Never been out your dope boys hit the stand spot. Using your bitch to make a move. Look like a fucking nigga who be gang. Making stains on that other level. Get the niggas sit and pay attention. I got something to tell y'all hoes. Been I move, turn around, bitch. Don't fuck your cap. If you wanna run, hold this out. I'll make your back up. That hoe must ain't heard. Or you think you're hard and keep me hit. I roll this specializing, doesn't often use it. Now I pick and motivate. Hella fat from making signs. All you niggas serious, caution no magnolia, robbing like dumping hoes. Even by this roll with their head, the mother killer left them stankin' when he dropped it out. Young buck nigga ass out, so I'm going to rob. And I get to sleeping or trying to splurge when I'm on my job.
What's the temperature?
You probably think this one is a dream come true, but you're wrong.
I'm cussing fool. Low motherfucking key. You know I be low motherfucking key. Blowing low that OG. Low key. That bitch don't know me cause I'm low key. I stay low motherfucking key. You know I be low motherfucking key. Blowing on that OG. Low key. That bitch don't know me cause I'm low key. Wood grain with the leather seats. Window so dark you need a flashlight to see me. We like it screwed to be the fast life for me. Getting high, passing grass like a G. Flying first class overseas, ho. Smoking sour diesel. Wish a motherfucker would. Now I'm in the hood. I be rolling with the gangsters and Max. Pretty bitches rhyme with that thing in the back. And I aim at your back. It's a shame they ain't think I could rap. Now I'm making music with your punk ass hoe. I let you suckers know. And I'm riding on that strip. Gun on my hip, I'm ready to trip. If a motherfucker touch my grip, I'm up late and I'm thinking about checking. My niggas bought that action and they got your bitch pistol tagging. Low motherfucking key. You know I be low motherfucking key. Blowing on that OG. Low key. That bitch don't know me cause I'm low key. I stay low motherfucking key. You need my beat. Low motherfucking key. Blowing on that OG. Low key. That bitch don't know me cause I'm low key. Yeah, boo. 1997. It's Amber London. Raided Clan in this bitch. What you niggas know. I'ma let it ride out, you feel me? Smoke some, get high. That's how we do it, nigga. What's up?
G, motherfucking OG. Yo.
Yes, I'd like to report a murder, a dead body, or something.
Where at?
In the alley.
Shouts out to Ugly Mind, Raided Clan.
Rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's. Hanging with my partner, starting bowlies on the corner. Rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's. Hanging with my partner, starting bowlies on the corner. Rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's. Hanging with my partner, starting bowlies on the corner. Rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's. Hanging with my partner, starting bowlies on the corner.
I grind ever since a child. I bring out that even that cock it up, drop it, I shoot it, pop it, I lay down the line, fight like a cutting and slicing the animal sight. Run to the reaper, I'm about to get deeper. Black man, Cameron City, my shit day and night. Bitch, fuck the man on the moon. I'm Captain Planet, I'm Planet the strong. Evacuate the fucking currencies, differences, dividends running with red and clean. All black with ugly. trips, I sent it out, calculated shit. So nigga can't tell me your friend or a phone get slick. I fuck up your shit, young nigga, your ass, yo late. I'm your bitch, out of Carol City, ever since Dungeon Play, Denzel Curry.
Twisting on these, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood. Twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood. Twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood. Twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner.
Listen, young man, I could pop you with one hand, rob you with the other. Ugly man, I go dumb ham. I'm one man, unaffiliated private institution. Don't confuse me and Raider Clan as tight as nooses. All black Zeus's. It gets gruesome if you slippin'. See you imprisoned inside of a chalk line around your final position. Got this folded that I'm sipping, cause it's boring with no competition. I'm sliding through the hood on these D's that I'm twisting. This is for the players, this is for the runners, this is for them hustlers, smoking herb in abundance, flipping nothing less than onions, pulling guns as big as Paul Bunyan. We keep it molded underground, we in the dungeon.
Rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's, hanging with my partner, stones and foldies on the corner, rolling in my hood, twisting on them G's, hanging with my
Fresh about the cane, it's the 211, man. Pockets stressed out, so I'm tired of the pain. Pulling out the 44 and put it to your brain. All I want is cheese, the guap, the grain. And if you walk the chain, I'ma go and make a stain. 40s and calicos, man, it's all the same. Nigga, J Queen, dasu, I'm a fiend. Scheming on your ass, motherfucking beam. Yeah, they out the frame, waiting out the frame. Think that it's a drought. Have to bust your brain. Money kinda lame. Then this clip on half the train. I'm so clean. It's 211 claim. Got it way smooth. Ain't no witness on the same. That's how it is. North Atlanta, man. If you need a boost up that nose, it's the game. White heels, the coke, your name.
nigga talking shit. Put my foot up all up in your ass. Nigga, this that Houston shit. That motherfucking Raider shit. Ain't playing with your hoe ass niggas. You better fall out quick. Walking down the damn street. Roll up and just bake that. I already know what I'm talking about. I'm going through that damn job. We need that money, man. What you know about it? Don't say nothing. That's why these niggas talking about me. Talking about shit they frontin'. You ain't got nothing. Get on your grind. Why the fuck you hatin', ho? Know what I gotta go ahead and just get my motherfucking dough. Copy that 10-4. Lay your ass up in the ground. Cause you know how nigga do. This that underground freestyle.
For DJ Screw, roll it up. Go ahead and put that lean up in your damn cup. For DJ Screw, roll it up. Go ahead and put that lean up in your damn cup. For DJ Screw, roll it up. Go ahead and put that lean up in your damn cup. Oh.
Something like a funeral every day for the bodies some trouble.
Dodging ass niggas, tryna butt up like they the truth. Duck when I'm flexing, cause your chest ain't bulletproof. Red eye open, ain't throwing up devil six. Demons dance around my phone when hang from the crucifix. My visual imagery is blood and Hennessy. 36 chambers as I torture my enemy. Riding in steaming car with bodies locked in the trunk. Turn up the bump, you niggas ain't bout to bump. And after that, I chalk game with pack. I just said 2 niggas and you get 15 stacks. Riding the Chevrolet, and Scoop Graham and Cartier. Can't forget the Yawks with the bean, leave them DOA. Mind fuck weak chunks with no luck. I like fine girls who thick with no gut. I smell you vagina, my click is no such. And yeah, you heard the Raiders, but you don't know us. I break down my weed and she watching me do it. Only nigga say I will when I feel like I couldn't. I'm a school of hard knocks, graduated student. And it's stupid like her ass when I'm watching a movie. So cool it, them goons in the all black Buick. Tip my hat to real niggas with the lokes to prove it. Told my girl that she fine, but it's the things that she do. Like have my food ready when I hop out the boot. And you seem like a nigga I won't like. I don't fuck with broads who ain't gon' dike. And you hate my type, tryna hide your wife. But I ain't looking for love, cause I ain't no scrub, I'm done.
Drop a seat and sit, and see to the stomach we drop gangster hits. Drop a seat and sit, and see to the stomach we drop gangster hits. Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's the funk that we bumpin'? I really thought you knew. What can I do? Drop a seat and sit, and see to the stomach we drop gangster hits. Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's the funk that we bumpin'? I really thought you knew. What can I do? to this time as we drop gangster hits. Making the mic check 1, 2. What you wanna do? When I cover the check it, I break it, I come up, I busters at the crew. I'm ready to go, I'm ready to flow. So give it a mic, I'm out the dough. Follow me to the set where G-Funk is on. But they know I'm making a proper cassette. Rolling to make my pockets fat. Flicking a couple of tapes to the homies that bustin' the baddest straps. Hopping around the corner with my homies from Miami. Kicking and ripping and flipping the microphone for those to see. I'm getting my hair braided up. Chilling up from when I get it smoked up. The endo that I toast up. To kicking the back up in the cut with my tape. And the deck is time for me to check. And they buster on the mic. Slipping and tripping and trying to disrespect. G-Funk to break your neck. So heavy the mic to let me show ya. It's the hound with the doja. Like I told ya. I'm coming and running and dropping the fattest bomb on your crew. All of my homies know what's up. I thought you know what can I do? Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the funk that we bump and I really thought you knew. What can I do? Grab a seat and sit. And see to this time as we drop gangster hits. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the funk that we bump and I really thought you knew. What can I do? Grab a seat and sit. And see to this time as we drop gangster hits.
Check to the foe. You are now intact with the Mac Kenny, kicking it down the door with the flow. Hit the dro, lit it and blowing hella smoking, just chill. Macking at your bitch, she tend to feel the whip appeal. It gets real as I'm dumping the funk through the trunk. Give it a bump as the economy on our tail, leading us into a slump. Fist pump, now stroll witness slow. The government cheat the public, talking rubbish, trying to cover it just for the fun of it. Leaving my people to suffer because of it, using our soul as a sacrifice. Leaving this life to cut our flesh like a backward knife. Against our racist wave of boat, even after Christ. So loaded and cocking and explode at them flashing lights. Goes to show we get buck in the dark, all black. In my AO niggas tough with the spark. Throw them darts at them narcs at the park. Nigga gunplay. One slave, niggas gon' be rich one day.
Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the funk that we bump and I really thought you knew. What can I do? Grab a seat and sit. And see to this time as we drop gangster hits. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the funk that we bump and I really thought you knew. What can I do? Grab a seat and sit. And see to this time as we drop gangster hits.
Look into my eyes, I despise a sneaky bitch like a spy. I'm fly 1,000 styles, G-Funk, we versatile. Fucking your bitch and I'm ripping and dipping and running 1,000 miles. Peeling my whip and she's sucking the dick and I'm loving it. Got a smile on my face, the bitches, the rags to the riches. Just listen, you ain't in my division, all my homies got ambition. 1994 with the flow, you already know. Open up the door, put a quarter in the payphone, calling up my favorite hoe. We're taking a second and packing the Mac, put it to your dome. And just chillin', I got that perfect feeling, steadily thrilling with the villains. But these tracks is what we killin', like Tim Tebow, your bitch kneelin'. I never be catching the feelings, my dick is appealing. I'm raising the ceiling and pilling your cat. 90s we bringing it back, tryna get up on the map. It's the funk that we bump, dump the new school in the trunk, cause we don't give a motherfuck.
Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the funk that we bump and I really thought you knew. What can I do? Grab a seat and sit. And see to this time as we drop gangster hits. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the funk that we bump and I really thought you knew. What can I do? Grab a seat and sit. And see to this time as we drop gangster hits.
It
willing to die for this shit. I'm willing to die for this shit. Nigga, come and ride with your bitch. I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm willing to die. Nigga, come and ride with your bitch. I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm willing to die. Nigga, come and ride with your bitch. I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm willing to die. Nigga, come and ride with your bitch. I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm willing to die. Nigga, come and ride with your bitch. I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm willing to die. Yeah, nigga. I'm willing to die. 1992, that's straight funk, nigga. I'm willing to die.
Damn, feel good, girl, no run like a man. On me ain't no killer, but don't push me, ho. M16 till ya don't prepare for your funeral. These busters, jackers, and crackers always talking about their heart. Don't be coming at me silly, man. I'm coming for your car. You know them boys popping trucks up on the boulevard. Cause you know we don't play that whole shit, man. We take that shit far.
Guerrilla warfare. DJ Smoking. By the Mars, we gon' turn up with them laws, and I'm sitting on them bars, and I'm popping Mars bars, and I'm popping on the RT, popping, pushing body right, with the hot popping in, I'm flipping, and I'm snow, and flipping, dipping, ASAP, getting up.
My nigga, I know you heard me. If you got you a set, come back.
fucking then peeled off sliding. My weed coming from where there's islands. I'ma ride till I die and stay high, bitch. I don't know why you asked to light it. Hell no, now please give me the lighter. I'ma teach you the team and oh, a little bit was if I'm violent. Stay clear from the C-Spade for the green leash. Tryna be what you see, fuck nigga, that's me. Gotta stay low key, but I be high as fuck when I smoke my weed. Tryna run the real G's, I'll fuck with me.
Straight like that, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? A nigga like me, alright. I mean, I be getting high as fuck every fucking day, you feel me? And any nigga, you know what I'm saying? They be cheaping and shit, smoking that good shit, you know? That a real nigga that need that shit, you know what I'm saying? Slide through the motherfucking day, hating ass niggas here, hating ass niggas there, you feel me? Shit. Nigga, fuck the nigga, roll up some motherfucking kill, nigga. Nigga, sit back and chill, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit almost keep nigga out of trouble, you feel me? Shit. So man, my niggas, bro, man, my niggas, man, we smoke everything in the motherfucking bag, everything in the motherfucking blunt, everything in the motherfucking sight, you feel me? That's just how it is, man. Shout out to my real niggas smoking up every motherfucking thing, you feel me? I'm fucking with any nigga out there smoking that good shit, you feel me? Fuck with me.
Man, it's wartime. I done stepped up on the damn field. Guerrilla warfare. Your hoe done run like a treadmill. One man army ain't no killer, but don't push me, hoe. M16 till ya don't prepare for your funeral. These busters, jackers, and crackers always talking about their heart. Don't be coming at me silly, man. I'll come and pull your card. You know them boys popping trucks up on the